What's up, lemon heads? Welcome back to another episode of From the Yellow Chair. I'm Emily.
And I'm Crystal.
And this week we have a very special guest who is the authority in all things IAQ. We're coming to you live from the International Roundtable, hosted by Service Nation here in Nashville. And so we can't wait to dive into all things indoor air quality. And
Such a good way to really get your average ticket up. Such a good way to provide extra value. So we're really excited to have our little friend in here today.
So let's sip some lemonade.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have Michelle Hogan from Dynamic Air Quality Solutions. And Michelle, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I
really am.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
No problem. Emily, I have been in the trades now for 24 years.
All right.
Okay, so I absolutely love the trades. Love it for two reasons, right? The people. Because to me, contractors are the most kind, honest, hardworking people that you'll find,
for
bar
sure.
none, right? And the second reason is we get to help people with a problem that they couldn't solve themselves, otherwise they wouldn't have called us.
No, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, there is no greater reward than service work. And that's what we do each and every day, and we want to help.
That's great.
Cool.
No,
Yes.
it's fantastic.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about Dynamic. What type of products? Just so everybody listening really understands where we're going to be coming from today.
Absolutely. Well, I really want to just focus on two today.
Okay.
And it is our 1-inch polarized media air cleaner that goes right into the 1-inch filter slot. Okay. And the second one is UV light. And the reason why I want to focus on those two products is because we just all lived through a pandemic.
Yes.
Okay, so if indoor air quality is not top of mind in your company, it is a miss.
It should be now. It should be now. So, well, and I always like to say this. So before I encourage contractors to launch new products or new initiatives, because if y'all ain't been selling IAQ, that's on y'all. Y'all should have been selling it a long time ago.
Before COVID.
Indoor air quality is not a new concept.
It's not.
But I do want to say this. One of the biggest obstacles that I think contractors face is they don't know enough about it.
They don't.
Right.
It's a little overwhelming to them.
Yes.
It's not as simple as some other things. So
Right.
indoor air quality has all of these percentages and viruses and all of these things. And so one of the best things that I overheard a conversation, I was a little eavesdropping there, but I overheard a conversation with you and the guy from my brother's heating and air conditioning company about the training has lifted the guys in their knowledge and their ability to sell. And so talk to me a little bit about what do you think those key pieces are that contractors need to implement before they even get ready to launch the actual product?
Oh, Crystal, that's a great question. And so we train in 3 ways. And it's critical, right? Because everyone learns different, right? I am visual. If I'm not seeing it and watching a video, I'm never going to learn it, right? So we train online. We have a whole online training
Module.
many modules, 85
Oh,
modules.
my gosh.
It's a training
okay.
website. It's Dynamic AQS training. So Dynamic, A for air, Q for quality, S for solutions training. Anybody can go to that website, .com. 85 modules on there.
Oh.
Wow.
So we train online because the pandemic we couldn't train
it
on
in.
site,
Yeah.
right? And then we train Zoom, right? Teams, WebEx, whatever venue they want to use. We train online live, very much like this. Question and answers, like we want to talk to people. We don't want to kill them with a PowerPoint, right?
right.
Death by PowerPoint. We don't do that, right?
Have enough of those.
Oh, amen. Then we train on site, and we have 12 trainers in the field.
Okay.
So we have 12 different trainers throughout North America where they will come on site, and they better come once a quarter or they hear from me. Okay? Because we have to just make sure we're holding ourselves accountable and our trainers are doing what we say we're going to do.
Yes.
So we are huge on training.
So are you coaching on the how it works, why you use it, what all do you coach because we all know, right? We all have technicians that are really good at fixing something.
Yes.
But when it comes to the upsell, any kind of
sales.
any kind of
don't wanna do it.
sales,
Right,
they don't
right.
want to sell a new system
No.
either. I'm like, you over here done sold 4 partial systems. You're going to be making real money selling whole systems. But so I always look for ways to make them feel successful and prepared. And what it is they're just afraid of not knowing, or they haven't had enough hands-on. I mean, the majority of our guys are mechanically inclined guys, not the super flashy sales guys.
And we don't want them to be.
Well, no, and honestly, the more they know about the product and have seen and experienced the product themselves, the better salespeople they're
Yes.
going to be.
Yes.
So your sales, it involves all of those pieces, the technical side,
Yes.
everything.
And I love that you asked that question because we have 18 modules that are just technical training, okay, to help the techs. They bore me to tears, you guys, because it's super technical. All right, but for a technician, they have to know that,
No,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So they get a certification. So that it says they're an indoor air quality expert. Then the next modules are all, to your points, communication training.
Oh.
How to talk to the homeowner about indoor air quality. When to bring it up.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, there are certain transition statements. For example, my favorite transition statement is if I get to go on ride-alongs, because we do ride-alongs in our training. So if I get to go on a ride-along and I'll be with the tech on a call and we open up the system and we see a dirty coil or a dirty blower, I would say, Emily, come here. It's important. I've got to show you something.
Yeah.
Do you have 30 seconds? So I don't know if everybody heard what I said, but there are key words in it. Emily, I said your name.
Yep.
It's important. I've got to show you something. It's going to take how long? 30 seconds. Because I have to show you the dirt.
Yeah.
Because if I show you the dirt, you will know that we have a solution to fix that.
And also, you're not just trying to pull something over on me.
No,
You know,
I want to show you. That's
yeah.
right. I want to
Like
show
you
you.
couldn't have brought the dirt in.
Right. That's right,
Yeah.
right? But what did it get past in the system? It obviously got past whatever filtration they're using. So is there any reason, Emily, why you wouldn't want to talk to me a little bit later about a better filter? And we'll have that conversation,
Yeah.
right? But if I don't show you, how can I give that credibility?
Yeah.
Right? So we do, most of our training is communication training. And a lot of it is on how to talk to a female in the home versus a male.
Yes.
Because
it's
what
different. Yeah.
it's totally different, right? And then we also don't just train the techs. We train the salespeople, the installers, and the office staff.
That's
CSRs
so good.
are often
Yes.
left behind.
Yes.
And I'm like, they're the first line of defense.
Oh, absolutely. And if everyone's saying the same thing, it only like legitimizes what you're telling them.
Yep.
If not, they said something else. They said
Yes.
something like, what's the real story here? You
Yeah,
know?
what's going on?
And we make it an indoor air quality culture. So it's not a product. Often I will say to someone, hey, what are you doing for indoor air quality? And they'll rattle off products to me. When you name products, it is not a culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because to your point, we train the front line all the way through. Because when that homeowner has a question on the air cleaner or the UV light, who are they calling?
If the homeowner has a question, I don't know.
They're calling
Contractor.
The contractor. That's
Yeah.
I'm
right.
gonna say the heating and air conditioning company.
Yes, they are.
'Cause you
That's the
installed
right
it.
answer. That's right. So then what if that office staff's not trained on
Well,
how
yeah.
often to change the media in the air cleaner? How often do you change the bulbs? Why is the light out on my UV light? They
Yeah.
need to know those answers.
Yes.
Well, no, I love how you
Right?
phrase that. Like, it's a indoor air quality culture. Like, I never
Yes.
really thought about it that way. But,
Yes.
like, you know, I'm thinking of, like, a fitness culture. Like, you have to be fit
a
and
lifestyle.
healthy all the way around, not
Yeah.
just, like, this certain product or picking and choosing how you want to
It
be
is,
healthy.
and it
you know?
is very true. Like you're either going to emphasize and care about indoor air quality,
Yes.
or it's just like an afterthought.
That's right.
It all goes back to intentionality. In every pieces of our business, we have to be intentional
Yes.
about indoor air quality because of all. Well, there's some obstacles to overcome there, but for the most part, there's no reason that we shouldn't have an indoor air quality driven culture.
Well, and I love that you
Absolutely.
guys do the communication side of it, but then also the technical
You have
side.
to have
So, like,
both.
you have to know that to be able to sell it accurately.
To have that confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the other thing we do is when we do come on site and train, we run a contest for 1 week. Okay, so any technicians, salespeople, installers, even office people that sell the product, they get a homeowner happily invested in the product, right? They get the product free for their home.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
they have to have the belief,
Right,
Right? They
yeah,
have to
yeah.
be the expert on how to install it, but they have to have the belief themselves. How are they going to believe in it if they don't have it in their home?
No, that's
right.
a great point.
Right?
Fantastic.
So we do that too to make sure. And then you also asked me a question on like how do we get the technicians confident? We also have a video book because we all employ those technicians that don't really want to talk to the homeowner.
Yeah, that's the main problem. Is they don't.
Yeah.
They don't even want them to answer the door, really.
Right.
That's a whole
right.
pain
If
in
they
the
could
butt.
just go to the
Backyard over
unit,
there,
yeah. If they could just go directly to the system and
Yeah.
fix
Do
it.
not pass go.
Right.
Do not collect $200.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. So we have this well done video book that says, Crystal, while I'm here doing your maintenance, I'm going to be inside and outside of your house, if you wouldn't mind, if you'd watch one of these 4 videos in the video book, it talks about some indoor air quality products that we have that should you need it, we can talk about it. So then he can set that down, say that sentence, and go do his business.
Yes, much more approachable than you being scared to death to talk about indoor air quality.
And he doesn't even have to talk. He can push the video. The homeowner can push the video.
Play.
Yeah. So that kind of leads us into some marketing side of things, which is what our show is always about. We try to bring it back to that. So again, my eavesdropping side of me was listening to like Trapper, who has Duke's Clean Air program, Sailor Max, Save Your Home Air, all these different cool ways. And so, that really perks our interest because I get on this kick all the time, like Amazon, when you buy something cute or something useful, they're always like, hey, other people also bought this.
You might also like
I love that. Yeah.
That's one of the things I look for.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, if I want this, other people probably need to tell me what I want. I don't even know what I want.
Exactly.
I
love it.
I absolutely needed that
I
pair
like
of
it
earrings
too.
that match these earrings, But my point is, like, it's flipping genius to put that right in front of people as they're already in the process of the pain of buying.
Yes.
So that's what so I understand it's really hard to get someone probably new acquisition around an indoor air quality problem. I'm not saying that people won't call and say my home's dusty or something like that.
Not gonna,
But for the most part, it has to come from technician-led conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
And so it's easy to always say, I've completed this, I solved your problem. Also, many of our clients right now are taking part in this. Because it's a part of your service program, you get to do this. I think that little bitty step, you remember back in the day when everybody was like, now the new thing is to get reviews.
Yes.
And so people would say, all you got to do is ask for it.
Yes.
And everybody was like, well, that's not rocket science. And everybody was like, we know. But literally asking for the business.
Yes.
Ask for the review. Ask for, do you want to know more about our indoor air quality products? A lot of people might say, I'm not even sure I know what indoor air quality is. And it at least opens the door.
Well, and gives them options. Like, you don't know what that person wants or doesn't want. Like, you need to still present it to them. And, like, Chris likes to say, like, oh, but they're never going to buy it. It'll be an extra add-on to this already expensive product. Like, you don't live in their pocketbook.
Get out of their bank account. Get out of their bank account. It's not your job.
Yeah, presenting them with the options allows them to make the decision. And they can say yes or no at that point. But, like, you've educated them. You've shown them, like you said. And
that is one little tool that we've been trying to use for people that feel like they have to be salesy.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to be salesy. Yeah. Well, you're not being salesy. You're providing options.
That's right.
I don't care how you tee it up.
Right.
Right. So, Miss Williams, I got everything in your home all cleared up. Everything looks really great. Would you like to hear more about our indoor air quality? Because I did notice a couple of things that you would benefit from. They might say no, but you at least open the door.
That's right.
Right now you're behind 3 doors yelling at them, but kind of in a whisper, trying to get them to listen. And it's all because you were like, oh, you don't want to do that? Okay, that's fine.
Right.
So there's so many tools now to really get people. So what are some ways that you've seen companies advertising or marketing their indoor air quality plans?
Well, that's another great question. So we have private label websites, right? So Solace Air is one of those. SOLACE air.com.
Is that here?
Yes.
In Nashville?
No. Solace Air is just one of our personal private label marketing
okay, yes.
websites. Yes.
Okay.
Solace Air. So on the back end of that website, you probably need to check it out. There are 80 plus marketing pieces, all different marketing pieces. So right now, since we just lived through COVID, for example, we have 8 different marketing pieces on COVID being the topic.
Okay.
Different transition statements for technicians on how to bring up indoor air quality. All kinds of options, like you just mentioned. Oh, well, if you have the air cleaner, the next time we come out, you might want to look at the UV light. Similar to, the Amazon theory, which I love that too, by the way, because that's genius to me, right? And because if they can't afford both the air cleaner and the UV light, maybe they only buy one, the next time they can do that. So all of our marketing pieces. So, for example, Service Nation Alliance members have a private label called Pure Air X, which is another homeowner website. Right? So even though we're dynamic, we private label under different brands.
All right.
Okay? So that's circling back. And then we have videos. So the videos in our video book, they also can, a lot of them are on different platforms, right? Software platforms They can use all of our marketing, our sales tools, our sell sheets, and our videos and upload them on those websites. And we have them all readily available.
That's great.
Posts, Facebook posts for allergy season, right, to help with the pollen.
Oh.
So some Facebook posts already created. All they have to do is brand, right, which
Yeah,
you
I
guys
logo
do,
to it,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
right? But, and so, heck, we're not brand specific. You guys need to probably look at our stuff and make it pretty.
Well,
Honestly.
It's all about the ideas, though.
Right.
Just giving the ideas. Well, so I've seen a lot of people that will combine packages.
Yes.
So what are some unique maybe items that we could combine and help contractors say, this is a great healthy home package?
Yes.
And then we can brand it.
Yep.
Lemon Seed can come up with cool names for packages that lean towards your brand, your
Yes.
city, your whatever, your mascot, whatever you've got. But what are some good combos that
Yeah.
maybe you've seen out in the market?
Yeah, so we created those. So
Okay.
we call them so generic, right? That's why we need you guys. That's why we need each other. So they're IAQ 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000. So
Okay.
1 basically means one product, right? They bought
Okay.
the air cleaner,
Okay.
all right? 2 means they bought 2, the air cleaner, and 1 UV light.
Okay.
3,000, 1 air cleaner, and then dual UV lights. 4,000 has the triple UV light in it.
Okay.
Or if you're in the Midwest market, because not all markets are the same,
Yes.
right? We have a HEPA filtration system for that IAQ 4,000. So our 4,000s, depending on the market, are a little bit different.
Okay.
So, to your point, if whoever Trapper was talking about certain packages and what they call them, we have packages already built for the healthy home, right?
Okay.
And it's just from basic to optimum, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as marketing goes with it, like there's a couple of things that I would probably really recommend. Number one, having dedicated social media
Posts.
yes, around the problem. Okay, so
Yep.
you can't just say you need
That's
a
right.
UV
No,
light.
allergy
People are like,
season.
I have no freaking idea what that even is.
Right.
So you have to say coughing, sneezing, or pet dander, or
Yes.
whatever you're trying to
Yes.
focus on. So your social media has to solve a problem.
Yes.
So remind the homeowner what their problem is.
Right.
Tired of
Feeling
kids
tired.
that sneeze,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a solution. Click
Yes.
here, and then on your website have dedicated landing pages for content.
Yes.
With video testimonials
Yes.
and statistics. Some people are driven by the statistics and utilizing so when people land on that page, put another piece in there that now we're going to follow them
Yes.
around everywhere else that they go with indoor air quality information, or make it to where you automatically send them a postcard, or ask them to sign up for our ebook about indoor
Right.
air quality. Like, how can you capture people that are in that headspace when you get them? Then your social post should solve the problem, and there should be a link to go to the page that tells them how to solve their problem. And that piece needs to stand alone. And then I think creating an indoor air quality package that is an add-on to, number one, anybody that's on your maintenance club.
Yes,
Why not
100%.
offer it and say, hey, when you join the Sailor Mac Advantage plan, you're joining it $13 a month. You can add an additional $10 a month, and we will have an indoor air quality package installed.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
if you want to purchase this at the same time you purchase your membership, you want to purchase this $8.99 healthy home package.
Yes.
You get it for $7.99. Why not do it as an add-on to those pieces? Give some of those things away
Absolutely.
as an upgrade to
Yes.
sell higher end equipment. So, hey, do you know that if you upgrade to our highest level of equipment, communicating, very efficient, very quiet, we actually are installing the 1-inch filter and a UV light, and you can add any other additional 2 UV lights for this.
Right.
It's all about the package.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And many of you, especially if you're with Lemon Seed, you have a good brand.
Yes.
There's ways to tie all of these things together. To me, indoor air quality right now has kind of got a little sexiness to it.
It's
right?
100%,
People are kind of
yes.
like, tell me more, because we want to be aware.
Yes.
We don't know what we don't know.
That's
No,
right.
exactly.
We have no idea that these things even exist, most of us.
That's right.
And then if we do, we're kind of scared of it now, or
Yeah.
we're like, I'm over mask and COVID
Me
and all of
too,
this
yes.
stuff. So you got to kind of be able to bring it back into the holistic presentation with the company.
Yes.
And plumbers can still offer these
Oh,
same
gosh,
things
yes,
as well.
yes.
So I just think there's so many ways
And
that
electricians.
contractors are leaving this
Yeah.
sitting on the table because they
are.
don't know how to incorporate it. Do direct mail pieces specifically around IAQ. especially your existing database.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, because you're a loyal SBC customer, take $25 off of this. Take $150. Take finance this whole package. If you know your minimum is $2,500 to get financing, and you have a big financing market, build a package out.
That's right.
That includes a duct cleaning and all these things. It's just using a little bit of creativity.
Yes.
And solving a problem for the homeowner.
That's exactly right. And you brought up a good point. So indoor air quality definitely should be an add-on, right, to service and maintenance and targeting your club members, right, that are already part of your organization, but it also should be included in your packages. So out of the gate, our best contractors include on a good, better, best package. On the good package is the air cleaner. The better is the air cleaner and 1 UV light, and the best is the air cleaner and 2 UV lights. So it's also on the installs of new installs, because if you're going to sell them, let's just say a $10,000 system, right, for one system, it's $10,000. To include that indoor air quality, it's about $2 more grand, right? So it takes the $10,000 to $12,000 for the homeowner. Their monthly payment, if they're financing it, just went up $14 a month.
Well, and the thing is like, and I'm this way. I'm sure Dave Ramsey does not smile at this, but
I love Dave Ramsey.
But I'm one of those that I'm like, if I'm already buying this,
right.
And these sounds really good. Like my youngest son sneezes or whatever. I'm like, well, I'm already buying $10,000.
What's the difference?
Right, and I want this. I might as well roll this all into one check, one note that I pay every month.
That's right.
Or I'm adding it to something that if I have $10,000 in cash, I probably got $12,000.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
At the end of the day, I can take advantage of. And I'm a salesperson, so I kind of am like, I would be saying, hey, I went ahead and included our best indoor air quality package.
Right.
And when they say, well, I want to take that off. Well, it's only going to save you about $1,500.
Right.
All of a sudden, they're like, oh, $1,500.
Right.
When beforehand they thought a new system was going to cost them $3,000, and now we're talking about $12,000, and they're not even batting an eye.
Right.
Yeah. It's all in the presentation and the packaging.
Yeah.
And I also I'm going to go back one step to CSR training.
Yes.
I would back to that landing page of information on your website.
Yeah.
Your CSRs, number one, they need cheat sheets.
They do, and we've got them.
Or an immediate place to go, so that if they're on a call, they have a resource.
Yeah.
But if anything, say, hey, are you in front of your computer? Are you at your phone?
Go to this website.
Let me text you a link.
Yes.
Go to this website. There is a wonderful video on there.
Yeah,
We've got a testimonial.
we'll talk about it together.
Yeah, and then you have a couple of hours for your technician is going to be there. You mentioned something. What's wrong with having CSRs tossed in there? Any air quality problems that you're having in your home? Well, no, ma'am. Okay. Well, if you think of something, your tee it up for the tech.
That's what we train on. I love that you said that. That's literally how we train them, to email them the brochure with the packages, and then when Tim comes out to maintenance your system, you can ask him about anything that you might have liked.
Yeah.
I
mean, again, people don't know what they don't know.
That's right.
It's even like maintenance clubs. I don't think people wake up every day and be like, you know what, my life would be fulfilled if I had a maintenance club program for my HVAC.
No, they don't. Yeah.
And they're even not excited to pay $12 a month. Again, it's all from perceived and built value.
Right.
And so I just personally think, and I'm speaking for contractors that I work with, if I ask them, you can ask Emily on our calendars that we build out for promotions. IAQ is a slot.
Oh, absolutely.
But a lot of times I'm like, tell me what IAQ you're selling. I'm like, well, I mean, we kind of do a little bit of this or that.
They name a product.
And I'm like, you need a whole plan just around IAQ to drive average ticket. Who doesn't want the extra revenue stream? Raise your hand, right? But right now, when demand was so low, we could have really been cultivating the database and get me back in the door.
Yes.
So many options there. So, well, Michelle,
you mentioned a number.
I'm ready.
Revenue, indoor air quality revenue. So I want everyone listening to hear this. If your indoor air quality revenue, because they should be breaking it out. If they're not, they need to. Okay, so indoor air quality revenue on service and maintenance calls, on install, and then of course if their call takers sell it, that needs to all be bundled together into one bucket. Indoor air quality revenue. If it is not 15% or higher, you are not doing enough. And that is where we come in to help.
Okay,
Wow.
awesome.
Because our job is to make your employees, whichever company we're working with, better people, right? And they can't be better people if they don't have the education and the knowledge about the products they're offering, and how they will help the system and the people in the home, right? So that's our one job to do, to help them be better people, which in turn will help them be better employees, which in turn will help them be better to the people of the community they serve, right? And we take one little hat off your service manager or your general manager, because we focus on that indoor air quality revenue. If we don't get you to that 15% number, we take everything back.
Yeah. That's nice.
It is nice, right?
Yes.
It is nice. Yes. You can't lose. And I want to make sure you did hear indoor air quality culture, and we partner for life. So again, don't partner with us unless you want to be with us for life, because that's the only way we know how to do business.
Perfect. Well, hey, so if somebody's listening and they're like, I want to talk to that chick, like, who is she? How do you prefer that they contact you?
Well, I'm a phone, texter, emailer. It does not matter. I love people. I love what I do. I think that comes across. I do want to share my personal testimonial.
Okay,
we're ready.
Of indoor air quality, just so you guys know. So I'm a mother of 2 children, and I always say this: I love Jesus. So you have to know that first and foremost, okay? But secondly, I'm a mother of 2 children, and I have a son who's on the spectrum, the autism spectrum. And when he was 7, he started getting these severe nosebleeds, and he was on Claritin, Singulair, breathing treatments, inhalers, to and from the hospital 2 to 5 times a year, every year without fail. Just a bad quality of life for the poor fella. And because he's autistic, he doesn't do change really well, right? So you can imagine every time we had to make a trip to the hospital.
Wow.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, when he was 7, he started getting these violent nosebleeds, and they were violent. So the typical 7-year-old, when they get a nosebleed, for the most part, knows to cover it or try to stop it, right? Not my son. He would run through the house. So I need you to get the visual. Run through the house, carpet, drywall, his 3-year-old sister running behind him, trying to figure out what's wrong with her brother. And because he's on the spectrum, he doesn't talk a lot. Still doesn't have a lot of words. And then we had 2 golden retrievers running behind them. So my house looked like NCIS should probably come pay a visit all the time.
Yes.
Right? So you're just getting the visual. And my boss, Steve Morse, who you ladies met, he said to me one day, Michelle, why don't you get an air cleaner and a UV light for your house? And I thought,
what does that have to do with anything?
Sir, I'm busy.
Yeah. I'm trying to, clean up my house. Right? And I literally thought he'd lost his mind. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, I thought it might help Brexton. And I said, help Brexton for what? And he said, well, with his asthma and his allergies and his nosebleeds. And I thought, man, okay. But at this point, what did I have to lose?
Yeah, you're looking for anything.
I am grasping.
Yeah.
Right? And so I put the 1-inch air cleaner in. I put the UV light in. What do you think happened to Brexton's nosebleeds within 1 week?
They drastically decreased or went away?
They went away.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm like, no freaking way. This is hocus pocus.
Yeah.
Okay, week 2, his voice sounds different to me. Why do you think that is?
He had his
ears were clogged up?
Mom knows.
Yeah.
Mom knows.
Yeah.
Sinuses completely cleared. Okay? So my son, because he's autistic, struggles with fine motor skills. So he cannot blow his nose or tie his shoes to this day. So he couldn't get out what was always in there.
Oh.
I think it's the first time in 7 years I heard my son's true voice.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly. So from a mom point of view, you guys, I felt horrible. I felt guilty. Here I am in the trades. To your point, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm like, after I got done feeling guilty, okay, I decided this is a defining moment. I am going to, from this point forward, tell anyone who will listen about indoor air quality. And to both of your point, this was way before COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, so now my son, who is now 22, is off Singulair, off Claritin, off breathing treatments, off inhalers, and has been since he was 8 years old, because we got it installed when he was 7, and we were able to wean him off of that because the air cleaner collects the tiny particles smaller than a human hair that was getting in his sinuses and then causing him the infections and keeping him infected. Okay, our UV light, because it's the strongest UV light on the market, is what keeps him healthy. Wow. So when our daughter comes home sick from school, because you know how they come home from school and they're all germy, right? You always used to say, go to your room and don't come out. Don't make everybody sick, right?
Right.
Well, the air circulates in our home 3 to 5 times an hour every hour. So if it's going past our strongest UV light on the market, it's inactivating those germs, bacteria, and viruses so that the rest of our family doesn't get sick.
Oh, that's great.
So that personal testimonial, which I have typed up and I will share with anybody who wants it, it's a game changer to me. Because we don't know what's going on inside that home.
Yeah.
We don't know how healthy or sick the people may or may not be. That's why it has to be a culture and it has to be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you have to know what you need.
And believe in the products that you sell.
Yes.
And then sell them effectively and
Yes.
efficiently. For sure.
It's not rocket science.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Well, guys, indoor air quality, we know, is a challenge. I want you to take it as an opportunity.
Yes.
It's not challenging. It's an opportunity.
Yes.
To educate your team with the support from the people, people like Dynamic, that support you as contractors, help you get the resources that you need, the sales tools that you need to really put IAQ out there, grow your revenue, grow your add-on values, grow your average tickets, grow using IAQ. And so we really hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this. Any other final words? Or
well, my last final word is you said Solace Services in Tennessee, and they are in Tennessee, and they use our products.
Oh,
is that not cool?
I was helping a client search earlier to show them search, and I was like, this is a company that just happened to be the first one. So whoever's doing your SEO, shout out because you showed up.
Yeah. So I thought that was anyway, I connected the dots as we were sitting here, right? So thinking. So that's what we do, right? And it's relationship built. What we do is relationship built, right?
Absolutely.
Knowing you ladies, thank you for the opportunity to be on this.
Sure.
No.
Very
We could
thankful.
definitely hear your passion and your
Yes,
belief in the
passion.
product.
Passion takes you a long way. So,
Thank you.
guys, reach out to the team at Dynamic, get with Michelle and her team, and let them help you be super successful for IAQ for your contracting business. We are Lemon Seed Marketing. Don't forget, we're a full-service marketing company that helps you with all things strategy and branding. And IAQ, we can help a brother out or a sister out with that. So, thank you for listening to another episode of From the Yellow Chair.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.